Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play Mega Man Unlimited, Part 3. Today we're going to be taking on two very special stages. You know, I would have done this in Part 2, but... This is already 20 minutes, showing off all the stuff in the stages, and, you know, combine that with a 30-minute video last time, and the next video is already going to be long enough as it is, so... I didn't want to burden too much on Part 2. Make it all uneven, with Part 1 being so short, and then 2 being so long, and then 3 being so long, so... I decided to divide this up. Once you collect the 4 Yoku letters, as I've already said previously, you unlock a special stage. You get to go after Yoku Man and try to get his special weapon from him. His stage is very difficult, and while it is technically possible to go after him before beating all the Robot Masters, I don't recommend it. This is a very difficult stage, it's a very long stage. Yoku Man's stage is essentially a Wily Castle stage, without it actually being a Wily Castle stage. I said last time the Tri-Nitro Man stage was probably the most difficult and longest of the 8 Robot Master stages. That and Rainbow Man was probably the most difficult stage, but Tri-Nitro Man was probably the longest stage. Yoku Man is longer and more difficult. It's just a straight up gauntlet that demands everything out of you. And its main gimmick, it is the reappearing, disappearing blocks. The things that we haven't seen at all in this playthrough, and you may have thought, oh, well, I guess that means this game doesn't have reappearing, disappearing blocks. Incorrect. This game definitely has reappearing, disappearing blocks. They're all here in this stage. It even has reappearing, disappearing blocks that aren't reappearing, disappearing blocks. They're just enemies disguised as reappearing, disappearing blocks. This stage has everything. It has mind-bending trippiness, it has reappearing, disappearing blocks, it has enemies that make fake blocks that just look real, just like in the Wily Castle from Mega Man 9. It has a fucking maze coming up. It has everything you could possibly want and more. It's wonderful. It's also the first 9 minutes of this 20-minute video, because again, this is really brutally long. Just unapologetically long. And it's divided up into 3 sections. We're actually done with the first section, that first whole introductory section to the reappearing, disappearing blocks, the mind-bendiness. Now we're in the maze. I hesitate to actually call it a maze. No, you know what? It's a maze. It's a fucking maze. There's only one way in, one way out. I'm going to show you how to do it as quickly as possible. Be very, 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 very careful in this place. You can very easily get lost, very easily get turned around, but as long as you take the path that I am taking, then you'll be fine, hopefully. There we go. As you can see, mind-bending. But almost done. Once you actually know the path, the maze is not that long at all. But you do have to definitely know the path. And there's one tricky bit coming up right at the end of this maze. Not yet, but soon. They even reappear and disappear the spikes. Take a left here, not a right. That's the only way you'll escape. If you take a right, then you'll wind up right back at the beginning. Taking this left takes you here. Once you get to this screen, you know you've escaped the maze. Be careful of those Shadow Mega Men from Plugman stage in Mega Man 9 brought back here. Every single mind-bendy, twisty-turny thing that you can possibly imagine from Mega Man games, all shoved into this one stage. Wonderful. It's Kismet! And we're not even done yet. That maze was like the halfway point. I believe the checkpoint of the stage is right at the beginning of the maze. Again, stages kind of overstay their welcome. Probably wouldn't be as much of an issue if there were more checkpoints. At least one more checkpoint. Like, so many stages in this game are long enough that they can constitute having 2 checkpoints. Not just in easy mode, but just in general, these stages could use 2 checkpoints because they're so long. But whatevs, we're almost done. It's definitely a Wily Castle stage in that you definitely want to have all your special weapons available so you can use all of them. You don't have to, like I said at the very beginning. You can technically just get the Yoku letters and go after Yoku Man way, way earlier. Like way before you beat all 8 Robot Masters, but it's not recommended. Not at all. This stage is really, really difficult. You want to have plenty of lives, you want to have E-Tanks already saved up, you want to have money to buy more E-Tanks and W-Tanks and stuff. And most importantly, you want to have access to a variety of special weapons. In this case, for this section, you want to have Comet Dash. I get pretty nervous here because this is a long stage, and dying would mean I had to do the entire thing again. I don't want to do the entire thing again. Brutal little stage. Well, we're almost done. Just a couple more screens left, actually. I do mess up pretty badly here. I mess up badly enough in these last few screens that I definitely have to use an E-Tank for fighting Yoku Man. Not something I would have liked to have done. I like beating the whole stage in one go. With just what I'm given in the beginning, but you know. For a game that gets as difficult as Mega Man Unlimited gets, I feel alright using an E-Tank now and again. They even give you an E-Tank right here at the end, and a W-Tank, because they know this boss is... Without his weakness, this boss is, pretty tricky. Pretty tricky. Whatever, though. We're at Yoku Man. He has 2 weaknesses. He is weak to the Tri-Nitro Blast, and one other thing, which I'm going to spoil right now, because you're not going to get to see until the boss rematches in the next part. He's also weak to himself. His own special weapon kills him in 2 hits. It's very funny. Tri-Nitro Blast does not do that. It does do a lot of damage, but not 2 hits till you're dead worth of damage, just a lot. Anyway, Yoku Man himself. He creates a series of reappearing and disappearing blocks. He fires a Yoku shot at you, and he will create another series of just reappearing and disappearing blocks. He does this until he gets to the very top of the arena, and then he will rain down spikes, actual insta-death spikes in the ground where he will appear. You shoot him once, he seemingly is destroyed, but he's not actually destroyed. As you can see, he's reappearing right on top of you, where you are anyway, and he repeats the pattern again and again. He's a very basic pattern, but very tricky, and also, like Rainbow Man, has an actual insta-death move among his arsenal. Those spikes are insta-death. They will kill you like any regular spikes in any regular stage, so be very careful, and good luck! Beating Yoku Man gets you the Yoku Attack, a very, very, very powerful special weapon that lets you actually collect items and stuff beyond walls, just like the Hornet Chaser did in Mega Man 9. So, you finally have the ability to do that. So any lives or health or anything you've been seeing, you know, beyond level boundaries, this is the move you use to get them. Now, let me talk a little bit about this next and final stage, the 10th Robot Master, Whirlpool Man. I was not originally going to go after him before finishing the game, but I made a mistake when recording, and I kind of went after him before I finished the castle, because I was recording other stuff before doing the castle, because the castle's kind of difficult, and I wanted to practice a little bit. Anyway, I forgot that beating Whirlpool Man actually gets you a reward. Just like in Mega Man 10, beating a special bonus stage, in this case Whirlpool Man, in Mega Man 10's case the Mega Man Killer Robots, you actually get to keep his special weapon. So, you know, when I went to record the Wily Castle, I had an extra special weapon that I didn't mean to have, but, you know, I realized I had it, like, way too late, so I decided to implement this footage here, because, you know, why not? Wow. Kids horsing around outside. Anyway. Whirlpool Man was added in an update. Special 10th and final stage with a special 10th and final special weapon. It's a very fun stage. It's an underwater stage. I think this is the only underwater stage in the game. I mean, not counting a stage in the castle, which, spoiler alert, there is an underwater stage in the castle that's coming up. Wonderful music, a very, very interesting Robot Master, and very, very interesting new enemies. Something that, again, just makes this a wonderful Mega Man experience. Even the special stages added after the fact don't just reuse assets from the regular stages. There are actually some original assets here, like the seahorse robots and these mines. It's wonderful. It's pretty great. Now, I should tell you, you're never going to see any more mention of Whirlpool Man for the rest of this playthrough. You will see mention of Yoku Man in the rest of this playthrough, because even if you don't collect the 4 Yoku letters and fight Yoku Man before going to the castle, he's still in the rematches. So, be careful. If you don't collect the letters and don't have any idea that there's a special 9th Robot Master, Yoku Man, game doesn't care. Game is going to put Yoku Man in the rematches anyway. So, be ready with your Tri-Nitro Blast in the castle stage with the boss rematches, because you're gonna have to fight Yoku Man one way or the other. It's gonna be a lot easier if you have his special weapon, which is why you should definitely collect the Yoku letters and do his stage and fight him and get his special weapon. But even if you don't, the game is going to make you fight him anyway, so be prepared. Prepare yourself. As for Whirlpool Man, you're never going to see mention of him again the rest of the game. The boss rematches only have 9 special boss rematch pods, and those pods are for the 8 Robot Masters and Yoku Man. There is no 10th pod where you can refight Whirlpool Man in the main campaign. Whirlpool Man technically does not exist in the main campaign, except for the special weapon that you might have if you did what I did and accidentally go after Whirlpool Man before doing the castle. Whirlpool Man stage also has exactly 4 mini E-Tanks. Does not provide you a free E-Tank in the stage like, for example, Ballad's stage did in Mega Man 10's special stages. It does have 4 mini E-Tanks, so if you collect them all, then you will have a free E-Tank for the Whirlpool Man fight. I unfortunately did not actually collect all of them. By the way, there's the Yoku attack in action, doing what Horner Chaser did in Mega Man 9. It's very useful. I apparently missed one of the mini E-Tanks. I forget which one, but I missed one of them, so whoopsie. By the way, right there I was showing off Whirlpool Man's special weapon, because at this point in the recording I'd already beaten Whirlpool Man, and I was just showing off the fact that his special weapon, the water cannon, doesn't work underwater. So when we talk about using the water cannon in the castle stages, or when I'm showing it off at the end of this video, understand that you can't actually use the water cannon under the water. It does nothing under the water. It just blows bubbles. It looks kinda neat, I guess, but doesn't actually help anyone in any way. Outside of the water, you'll see what it actually does. Also, no matter which alternate path you go on, if you go, this way or the way I showed previous, then you're still going to have enough mini E-Tanks in the stage to have a full E-Tank by the time you get the Whirlpool Man. I say there are exactly 4 mini E-Tanks in the stage. That's not true. There are exactly 4 mini E-Tanks in your path to get the Whirlpool Man. One way or another, no matter which alternate path you take, there are going to be 4 mini E-Tanks lined up strategically for you to collect. And if you collect all of them, you will have a free E-Tank for the Whirlpool Man fight. Gotta be careful though, because some of them are very trickily placed. I messed up there, but it doesn't matter because I actually used to recording. I use this one, which I also forget to collect all the which I also forget to collect all 4 mini E-Tanks in. So, one way or another, I don't have a full E-Tank by the time I get the Whirlpool Man. You fight this mini boss twice. Pretty fun, pretty cool. Again, something you don't see in most Mega Man games and DLC is the use of original assets. This stage uses assets that, you're not going to find in other stages of Mega Man Unlimited. I think the seahorses show up again. But actually, the seahorses don't show up again. Those fish show up again. They're in the castle. They're also in Rainbow Man stage. But the stage still features a bunch of original assets, which, as much as I love the special stages from Mega Man 10, they don't have original assets. And the special stage from Mega Man 9, they don't have original assets. They just reuse a bunch of stuff from the game itself, or, maybe there's like the occasional new background asset, but that's it. Mega Man Unlimited does not do that. Even in its free update DLC, it still gives you a bunch of brand new stuff to make this one of the best Mega Man experiences that there is. Also, phenomenal soundtrack. Enigma of the Whirlpool, I think this theme is called, or Enigma of the Water. It's either Enigma of the Water or Enigma of the Whirlpool. It's a wonderful thing. This is amazing. And very soothing to listen to. We're almost done with the stage, by the way. This is the last section before for the boss door. If I'm correct anyway. Yes, this is the last section for the boss door. They even add the broken Wily sign here. Because for all intents and purposes, this is the 10th stage before the Wily Castle, but because of how the game was made, there will be no more references to Whirlpool Man after this. Although you can fight Whirlpool Man in the extras mode, which I will show off in the extras video. Until then, though, Whirlpool Man. He's I wouldn't call him hard. He has two weaknesses. He's weak to Nail Shield and Glue Shot. I actually didn't know that, because I forgot to practice him before I did the stage. I have to get hit twice there, which makes me very, very paranoid and causes me to pause the game a lot so I can switch weapons back and forth, because Whirlpool Man ain't easy. Even though it's not his weakness, I do recommend you use Yoku Attack every now and again. Yoku Attack automatically homes into stuff, so you don't have to worry about being at the correct height to shoot him with your pellets. You know, you just open fire and let the Shadow Mega Man that spawn from your Yoku Attack do their work. That being said, you can also use Nail Shield, not just to attack Whirlpool Man, although it is his weakness, and I should have used it, but I don't actually end up using it in this fight at all to attack him. You can also use it to very quickly destroy his mines that he lays down. I believe he travels through the screen 3 separate times, in 3 separate directions to lay down mines, and he appears in the side he did not appear on originally, and summons the mines to him. And once they hit a wall or hit him, they blow up. Nail Shield will block those explosions. And that's all there really is to him. He shoots bubbles occasionally when he lays down his mines. Those have a couple of pellets in them that he shoots out. Very interesting, very unique, very fun boss. Despite the fact that I freaked out because I didn't collect all 4 mini tanks. Remember, you can use either the Nail Shield or the Glue Shot to finish him off. Or the Buster. And that's that. Even though we're not going to get a You Got a Weapon, we're not going to get the You Got a Weapon, the You Got a Weapon jingle, and we're not going to see the water cannon in action in the You Got a Weapon screen. We're going to see it in action right now. Basically, outside of the water cannon is a little wave buster. It's also Jetman's second weakness. He is weak to both Comet Dash and the water cannon. We're going to see that in action in the Wily Castle, which is why I have to show it off here. It's a little wave cannon, it doesn't shoot through walls, it's very powerful. That's the water cannon. And that's this part, because really, this part is just these 2 Robot Masters. Next time we're going to go to the final castle, we're going to go ahead and take on everything it has to offer and finish the game once and for all. So, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You